Hello, everybody. It is Memorial Day week, halfway through May, almost halfway through the year. And here we are, getting ready to heat up the summer months. And I'm Jason Grandon with the Grandon Group, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team. And you, my friends, are listening to the Lockbox, presented by the Grandon Group. And hey, I want to thank you again, rated #1 Arizona lifestyle and real estate podcast show, and it is it's definitely an honor. So I thank you for listening. Sorry, no musical introduction today. Actually, last week I did a musical introduction on a video podcast we put out, and the social media channels didn't like it, so I got tagged. So I got to take the music off. But anyways, so be it. There'll be music on this here on the next podcast. But hey, so I recently just wrote a blog about Arizona and the Inland Empire, and we're going to get to that here. But real quick, Arizona, hot market. Yes, the temperatures are heating up. I know you're hearing, oh, the market's slow, this and that, but I'll tell you what, prices are not coming down. They're not going up. Things are pretty steady, and there's people rocking and rolling. I mean, we are selling houses. My sister and I, in fact, I would venture to say May is probably one of the best months we've had in many, many years. It's been just absolutely crazy. And, you know, for those of you looking for a second home, it's second home season. Happy Jack, Arizona. Hello. Prescott, Flagstaff, Sedona, Camp Verde, Prescott Lakes. Listen, we love you guys. And this podcast is for you too. I know since I'm down here in the Phoenix area, my sister's in the Prescott area, I know it kind of feels like every time we talk about something, it's just kind of Phoenix, but it's not. Anything we do talks about Arizona. So, hey, so let's get to it. So, today I want to talk to you guys about something that's coming to Arizona here. It's been coming. And for those of you that live here, if you've ever been down by the I-10 and the 303, so kind of like Goodyear, Buckeye area, 10 years ago, if you were down there, you'd be driving through there, it's desert, and you'd be like, oh, there's a warehouse being put up. Oh, a year later, another one. Now today, let's just say 20 years later, 25 years later, there are hundreds of warehouses and hundreds of more being built. So many of you know, oh, it's just growth, Jason. We know what's going on. It's just growth going on here. Well, there's a specific reason why those warehouses are going in that area. So, I want to introduce you to this concept here, and you may or may not agree with it, but it's pretty much truth, and it's going to also help you make a decision with maybe you're thinking about relocating. And I got to tell you, you can buy I just sold one, brand spanking new 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with all the appliances included and the blinds. So the only thing you need to do is your backyard and ceiling fans. $385,000. Absolutely incredible. So, this is why this is going on. So, what we're talking about today is called, I call it the Inland Empire. So, if any of you've ever been out to Long Beach, California, you'll see the ships come in. And that's where, you know, the different countries port their goods coming in and they get distributed there. And in Long Beach, California, there's literally hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of warehouse space. It's also very next to impossible to find any sort of warehouse space because it's full. And with all the traffic coming in and all this other fun stuff, the ships need a place to unload the cargo and bring it somewhere. And now, you've got food in some of them, you've got perishable items. So generally, they need to get from the containers to an air-conditioned building 6 hours max. Okay, so we got kind of a lifeline there. So it makes perfect sense for any of you that have driven from Arizona to California or vice versa, that it takes you roughly anywhere from 5 to 6 hours to make it from the 303 and I-10 to Long Beach, California. In fact, I can make it a tad under 5 as long as there's no cops. But let's just say for safe being between 5 and 6 hours. This is why Arizona is becoming the new Inland Empire. So that means today's market, areas like Buckeye, Casa Grande, Maricopa, Florence are becoming new affordable, desirable destinations for people buying homes because it's going to be close to work. Hey, and listen, we've got some cool cool companies. Some of your biggest companies in the world are relocating right here to Arizona. So, as I mentioned, the reason this is happening, and it's driving the prices in Metro Phoenix, the overcrowding, buyers seeking larger homes, land, community, all that fun stuff. This is why we're having this shift. This is why the new builds in the West Valley are just going nuts. It's absolutely crazy. And listen, you don't have to believe me. Call me up. I'll take you out there one day. And the new builds, the communities they're building are absolutely incredible. And as I mentioned in one of the other podcasts, when you move into a brand new community, and I'm not talking just a little subdivision, I'm talking a huge community, you're the first one there, which means you have first shot at developing the personality of the neighborhood. Is it going to be, let your truck hang out all over the place, dirt in the road, or are you going to be like, hey, I own this community. This is kind of how we want it to be raised. So this is happening because, like I said, there's no place in California that these ships need to go. So what better place than I-10 straight into Phoenix? Wham, the new Inland Empire is here. We got new companies. IKEA's coming out there. Dick's Sporting Goods, Gore. It's just phenomenal. Lucid Motors, Nikola. This is going to be a future tech corridor. Buckeye is going to be the next future tech corridor because it's an obvious place. And listen, with the exception of the heat, we really don't have many natural disasters in Arizona. So this is accounting for population growth and infrastructure expansion. So, the population growth in these cities corresponds directly with the investments of the infrastructures. So you see new highways, you see new schools, retail centers, ton of healthcare facilities. These are growing areas. So instead of just asking your realtor, specifically the Grandon Group, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team, hey man, I like this house. Can you pull me comps? Sure. But you know what? Let's go a little step farther. Let's take a look at what's going on around the area. Are they building freeways? Are they building hospitals, retail centers? Let's look at the infrastructure expansion that's going on. Then I can give you a number on your house. Unless, of course, you're looking to flip it in a year, then it's a different story. So economic development and job creation. These big companies that I just told you about, like Lucid Motors, Nikola, future tech areas going in down in Buckeye and stuff like that, this is creating jobs and boosting local economies. When you boost local economies, that Taco Bell that wasn't doing that great, sitting right there on the corner, all of a sudden is busy. Mom and pop shops are now opening. Now people that are like, I don't want to really roll the dice because there wasn't enough people over there with the income. They're going to open up stores. They're going to open up restaurants. They're going to start new businesses. They're going to help create this. Thank you, the new Inland Empire, Arizona. So the lifestyle benefits are amazing. So when they expand, and especially going out west, right now you're seeing less congestion, not as much as like down here in the areas that are just really unaffordable, like Scottsdale and Perry's Valley. It's great, don't get me wrong, but it's expensive. You can kind of get into these new areas. It's not as crowded. It's family-friendly neighborhoods. You get mountain views, tons of outdoor recreation, and you get a little small town charm with the modern amenities. Sorry, I have to make sure we drink. So, it's kind of just something to think about when you're thinking about that move to Arizona or maybe investing in a different area. The West Valley is really, really great. I'm not leaving out the East Valley or Maricopa, which is more south, because those are hot areas too. But right now we're just kind of talking about the new Inland Empire. We're taking over what Long Beach was. So the pricing trends are making these markets prime opportunities, especially for first-time buyers. And those of you that are thinking about retiring, you know what? You don't need to go to a 55 and older community, although there are some in Surprise that are absolutely beautiful. Heritage, I went into one, and gated, tons of walking trails, absolutely beautiful. But this is a great time for first-time buyers. And listen, investors, we love you as long as you help build the neighborhoods. So sometimes the investors come in, they just kind of ruin it with rentals. But listen, the inventory is growing and the demand is high. Something to kind of think about when you're thinking about moving to Arizona. So let me tell you why this is a great time to get in before prices climb. And, the prices are going to climb, and they're going to start to mirror what happened in Phoenix and Scottsdale maybe 10, 20, 30 years ago. Right now, the window of affordability is narrowing. We've had, a number of different things happen that have attributed to people having to use their credit cards, max out 401ks, maybe even do home equity lines of credit. But right now, the West Valley, Buckeye, Buckeye, Surprise, Litchfield Park, those areas, Maricopa, those areas are reflecting what was in Scottsdale and Phoenix several years ago. It's a great time to get in because I'm telling you, we know how fast 10 years goes, and you're going to be making some big money. This is the importance of timing. The window of affordability is narrowing. Time for you to get in. Okay, we own instantrenters.com. So rental market opportunities are there. So, we want to touch a little bit on the strong rental demands in the area, which is perfect for investors seeking cash flow and low entry points and a high rental rate. Rates are ridiculous on rent. But, there's some people that just can't buy yet or don't want to buy or they need a year. The rental market opportunities are absolutely incredible. Especially with young families or newly married couples haven't started raising a family yet. This is a great way for them to start out. So what is the Grandon Group's role in this? So the Grandon Group, brokered by My Home Group, is Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team, powered by My Home Group. We are one of the largest firms in Arizona. So how is the Grandon Group's role in this? Well, we are active with helping buyers, sellers, and investors navigate these emerging markets. Over the past few months, I've had the opportunity to talk to many people that are moving out here, and they had no idea what was going on over here. They had no idea that, 10 years, 15 years ago, there was only 2 or 3, 4 or 5 warehouses, and today there's hundreds, with hundreds more being built. They didn't know about the 303 that's been done for a few years, how, just a short time ago, there was nothing. You had to take the 10, you had to take the 101 to the 10, sit in traffic for hours just so you could start heading out to California. So I want to invite each listener here to call us up. If this is something you're thinking about doing, you want to get a brand new build, you want to get a warehouse space, you want to start a business, I'm more than happy to get you a free area tour, market analysis, or property list of the new Inland Empire. And I'm telling you, get this before the secret is out. We got something like, 65 or 70,000 agents, and I got news for you. There's probably 95% of them have no idea what I'm talking about right now. And so this is just something that needs to be on your radar. It's an opportunity for you to make really great wealth. I do believe that home prices are going to continue to go up over there. It's an opportunity to get into a brand new subdivision where you can raise your family, great schools, and you get to create the community. I love that. So, Memorial Day weekend. Get that suntan out. I'm sure most of you have been to Costco. I was there yesterday. If you're thinking about getting hot dogs and hamburgers, you better get in there and do it because that place is packed. This is a weekend we honor those who served, including the wives and the husbands that had to stay home and take care of the families while the loved one serves. So we honor you, and we really appreciate that. And because of you, we get to do what we do. So you guys have a great Memorial Day weekend. Got more podcasts and more video podcasts coming up. Make sure you visit the GrandonGroup.com. You can see our latest blogs. Of course, listen to the podcast. And again, thank you for making this a lifestyle and real estate podcast. I'm telling you, you're going to love the lifestyle here in Arizona. Bike riding, horseback riding, golf. And listen, I know I want to give a little shout out to my son as well, Jaden. He is a 19-year-old college student, and he works at a golf course out here in Cave Creek called Rancho Manana. So, if you think you're up for it, he's a pretty good golfer, so I am going to just kind of brag on him a little bit. But if you're up for it and you want to go a round or two, let me know, and we'll see about getting you guys set up and go smack some balls. All right, hey, I'm Jason Grandon with the Grandon Group, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team, brokered by My Home Group. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you guys shortly. Happy Memorial Day weekend.